Hi everybody, back in my beauty salon before I go along to meet you all for tea at the Ritz. Today I want to talk to you about having your face look sort of beautiful, soft, luminescent, the absolute opposite of your makeup looking as though it's caked on, so it looks all dry and, like a mask, which I think is the dread of most older women. When it comes to foundation, which I'm always saying, I really feel that older women need to wear some kind of foundation, a bit like they need to wear a bra, a decent fitting bra especially. It's like foundation is really giving the same level of support to your face to look good that your bra tends to give to your clothes so that they look better on you as well. And I kind of want to show and illustrate that as much as I can. Now I'm very quickly going to apply something before I say something else because I want this to be being absorbed by my skin. So the starting point for having luminous, soft looking skin has got to be the skincare that you're using. So I'm going to put on a layer of Hydration Hold Serum. So I have a completely clean face at the moment and I have done my eye makeup. So you know what you're seeing here. And also, shall I come in close? Because I've been banging on about how my diet change has really made a difference to my skin. Let me just get this on quickly because I do want it to be, to have some time to absorb. So I put three just little, that's about the amount that I've put on, not a huge amount. And I'm just going to really lightly, those of you who use serum or maybe have bought our Hydration Hold Serum recently, this is to give you the sort of top tips that I can. So you're just going to just lightly spread that over your face and you'll find that 2 or 3 drops of it on the back of your hand is plenty because it is quite liquid, and I just rub it around my jawline. Okay, that's it, and let me just make sure that's well combined into the skin. And almost immediately now I'm going to put on the Look Fabulous Forever Smooth the Day face cream. Now I've got some interesting news about this, and my interesting news is that we've actually run out, unfortunately, of our face cream, which is a tragedy as far as I'm concerned. We've had a problem with our supplier during the lockdown period. They told us they were moving on to hand sanitizer. And that was how they were able to stay open. Well, obviously, when somebody tells you that they're doing something for the good of the community, producing something that's been in short supply, then you put up and shut up. However, we have now discovered that they have issues as a business, probably due to all the things that have been going on financially with COVID, and it doesn't look as though they're going to be able to supply our face cream after all. We were kind of promised it by the end of May, so that's left us high and dry, and we're very, very upset about it. We're very upset about it because it is an absolutely brilliant product, and we would like to be able to offer it to you, and we've run out. So what are we doing? Well, we've very quickly, we have another supplier who is making our eye cream for us, which we're just about to launch, probably sometime either next week or the week after next. So we're very, very excited about that. So we're dealing with another company that has produced this beautiful cream for us, and we've asked them if they can start to make and supply us with our face and night creams. They've said yes, they can. However, lead times are somewhere in the region of 3 to 4 months. So that is the bad news, I'm afraid. We're very, very upset about it, but we're a business. We have to deal with these things and get on with it. And the good thing is that we have got an alternative supply from a very, very, very good company. We obviously own the formulations for our skin care. So it'll be exactly the same, just produced in a different place. So I hope that gives you the information that you need, and I can only apologise, but it is totally outside of my control. So I've put my skincare on now. I'm just going to let that have a little bit of time to absorb before I start putting on the makeup that I want to put on my face and to show you. And meanwhile, I'm going to show you my top. So I've got a new Pazuki top. The lovely people at Pazuki, that's Pazuki, I bought a blouse from them because I saw it. I actually saw it in an article and I decided that I would buy it. It's a lovely blue base blouse with lots and lots of gorgeous colour on. Absolutely loved it when I arrived. I mean, took it out of the packet, put it on, and I wore it for the rest of the day. I'm not keeping this for best, even though it's an expensive blouse. Anyway, the lovely people there had such a brilliant response from all of you that they contacted us, and they've given us a free face mask for our quiz competition, which we will announce sometime today. And they also sent a scarf, which we've got as another competition, which is running on Look Fabulous Forever pages on Facebook. And they sent me this blouse. So let's have a look at it. Can you see? And can you see my cushions in the background there? I was talking about my cushions yesterday. How incredibly well these colours all go with those cushions. So it's got this sort of acidy, yellowy colour, and it's got this lovely pinks and purples. Let me turn around so you can see the back of it. So it's just the prettiest blouse, and the soft lilac-y background. So for me, and again, you can see how well it's blending with all my cushions. For me, I feel like this is the perfect blouse really to take me into summer. It's just gorgeous, really gorgeous. And I'm delighted with it. So I've shown you my blouse. Meanwhile, my makeup, my skincare is hopefully being well absorbed into my skin, so that I can start to show you how I ensure that my makeup never looks flat, matte, caked on, mask-like, and so on and so forth. Now, I'm going to use a bit of a combination in terms of foundation. It's a bright, sunny, warm day today, and the temperature is set to go up. So I've decided to switch into a slightly summer mode, really, with what I'm going to put on my face. So I'm going to use, and believe it or not, I've got the end of an 05 beauty balm here, and I've had to squash all the product down to the end to use it. I'm actually going to have to get some sent to me, but I'm going to use a little bit of a combination of beauty balm, and I'm also going to mix in a bit of primer. So this again is a good, helpful, useful information to you, I hope, because you're saying, oh my God, so many layers. When do I put on this with this, with this, with this? Well, you've seen what I've done. I started with the Hydration Hold Serum, this one. Okay, I then did my normal face cream, moisturiser. I've left it for a little while, and now I'm going to do a bit of a cocktail on the back of my hand to get the right ingredients. Now, don't be too scared of doing this. I'm a great believer. We are makeup artists when we're doing our face. We can paint, we're painting, and we can use different paints and we can mix them together. Don't be scared of that. You'll find that the formulations are such that they do blend very easily anyway. So I'm going to put my usual squirt of primer on, about that much. I always say, petit pois, the amount of a small pea. I am going to put a little bit of my normal base O2 on. Okay, so one squirt of that. So that's what I've got on now. And I'm going to try and get some out of this, which is my beauty balm. It's so messy, but I'm going to get as much of this out as I can. There we go. Onto the back of my hand like this. So I'm using beauty balm 0.5, so it's the lightest of the beauty balms that we do. Now I've got my concoction on the back of my hand. I'm now just going to mix all of that up like that with my brush. skin's looking better than it has done for years and years and years. So my skin is quite clear at the moment, so I don't need a huge covering, but I do need enough covering. So I'm going to get going with this. Let me just bring my mirror up, because I think you know that I'm using the screen of my my computer, and oh my goodness, it's not actually that good for being able to see what I'm actually doing. So buffing it into the skin as much as I can and up onto my forehead. Now, having done that, I'm now going to come in and just make sure that all of that is beautifully combined on my skin. No hard and sharp edges, no line here along my jawline. Smoothing it down onto my neck and just making sure that my skin has enough coverage on it. There we go. And I think that's fine, and that's given me, because it is summertime today. Really, it's proper summertime. I think that's given me enough coverage and enough unifying as a basic start. Okay. Definitely not looking like a mask, and definitely not looking heavy. So I'm happy with that. But I'm always conscious of various areas on my face that need extra help. So I'm going to go in now and give those areas extra help. I'm very conscious of this area here, around here. This part and this part of my cheeks always need something more than my base gives to it in terms of coverage. And I have got one little tiny spot there. I've got an A spot and an A spot there. So I am going to go in with my concealer, and I use concealer 02, and that's going to work fine with what I've got on my face. And I'm just going to start to camouflage these areas that need to be, I think, camouflaged. Okay. So down here, and as I said, I always do this onto my cheeks with my concealer. I don't want to put a heavier covering over the rest of my face, but I definitely think that area needs it. Okay, so I use concealer for that. And that's another way for me to keep that light effect that I want to create, a lighter look. Okay, so that's there. Now I'm onto the age spots that I've got. So that one there, it's not too bad. And I got one there, and my spot on my chin. So I'm just going to give that a little bit of extra coverage. So around there, so onto my cheeks, and oh, is that a little spot there too? There we go. So look at the effect of that. And again, back with my warmth of my fingers. You know, the warmth of your fingers is very useful when you're doing makeup. It will just help you to push into the skin. So dab, 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 dot, 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 you know, like that. So having done that, now I'm going to use my translucent powder. And this is a perfect product. It's very, very lightweight. But what it does now, onto my cheeks there, where I put that extra concealer, it will just set it. So down onto my chin, onto my age spots. So I know where I put that concealer, and I'm going to put the translucent powder on top. For my the bits either side of my eyes, I'm still going to use the translucent powder, but I'm going to push it into that corner using this little number 7 brush. Okay. So now I've just got rid of any shine that's coming out of that concealer that would look a bit odd. And I've more or less completed now my face makeup. So I think my basic face makeup. But I'm now going to add something that's really, really important. And I don't know whether I've talked to you about this before, but I'm a great believer in adding some luminescence to the face with a highlighter. Now, highlighters, this is what I think of as our Touche Éclat product. So Touche Éclat is a brilliant product, and it was originally formulated and developed by a brilliant woman called Terry Gunsberg, who worked for YSL, for Yves Saint Laurent, and she basically had this idea of adding an extra quality of luminescence to the face with something that she called touch of brilliance, which is what Touche Éclat actually means. However, the young ones got hold of it and discovered that it was really brilliant for the morning after the night before, and they started using it as an under-eye concealer. So Touche Éclat became famous for and actually sold as a concealer. Now, this is not a concealer that an older person will find useful because it just is too thin. But what it's brilliant for when you're older is doing what it was originally intended to do, which is adding this touch of brilliance to the face. So that's what I'm going to be doing with this. Just to let you know, we do have an offer on our highlighter this week. And so if you want to try it, this is a good opportunity to try it because we've got it at a much reduced price, £10 off, in fact. So there you go. Where do you put it? So I always put it up on the top of my cheekbones, and you can see what I've done with it. I've used the integrated brush, and I'm now just doing that patting movement. So don't drag it, just pat it in to your face, like that. Okay, so you're putting it up onto the tops of your cheekbones. And now I'm just going to put some on top of my brow bones. Now, what's important to say here is that the young ones love using white-based highlighters, really, white-based. In fact, if you watch Strictly Come Dancing, have a look at how they use highlighters. Now, these are high shimmer products with a lot of white in them, and they look almost like stripes. And you'll see there's a stripe here and a stripe here and here and here. Now, that's fine under those kind of intense studio lives. I mean, those people have a ton of makeup on because of the lights and because of the various effects that they're trying to create. Now, I'm not suggesting that for you at all, because if you start to do that in real life and in normal daylight, you will look weird, to say the least. I'm also going to put a line of this down the centre of my nose. I always do this. And it might actually show you, it's quite difficult with the light. I'm doing this in natural daylight. So can you see how that has just added that whiteness down the centre of my nose? Now, I'm obviously going to pat it in because it would look a bit strange if I didn't. But just by putting a little bit of highlighter down there, my nose, the idea is that it makes my nose look thinner. So I've highlighted my brow bones because bones give shape to your face. I've highlighted my cheekbones, again, because that's where I have shape in my face. And now my final thing is just to add in some colour in the form of blusher. So I'm going to do that with a brush. And I know some of you find it difficult to build enough colour with this, you're telling me on Super Troopers page, which I always find very strange because look, that's just one sweep. And you can already very definitely see it. I'm using peach cream, by the way. It's my favourite colour in our blusher, even though I'm cool toned. I do use the Rosy Glow sometimes, and I know some of you love the Rosy Glow, but I quite like the subtlety of the peach cream. There we go. That's just one sweep, and I always lift it up towards my hairline at that outer edge. There we go. So again, let me just check in my mirror. Yeah, that looks fine. So I might use my big fat brush to do just a bit of final polishing. Never think that hurts. And I think I'm pretty much good to go. And my skin still looks like skin. You can see my skin, you know. I'm not sitting behind a massive thick mask of makeup. And as I move, you know, it's so frustrating here because of the light, but as I move my face, you'll probably catch this on some of the other videos I've made. You'll see, because of the way that the light is hitting my face, that my face has this luminescence. It is like it's lit from within. And I think it's a combination. I do think our hydration hold serum has quite a lot to do with that, because it starts the process of making the face look quite luminescent. But the greatest thing for me is this, and the way that it just adds this lovely touch of luminosity up here on my cheekbones. Now I'm going to finish, you're going to get very cross with me now, I'm going to finish with a lipstick that we are just about to launch. It will be 2 or 3 weeks. This is a little bit of a teaser for you, but oh, I love it. We're going to call it Very Berry. It's if you love soft plum, then this is, you know, this is my next go-to after soft plum. You're going to see how it goes with my top. So it's a lovely, like a bit more than soft plum. I've been wearing it over the weekend, and oh, it's my new love. There we go. So that's me done. I hope you approve of my face makeup. I've already done my eye makeup, obviously, and I had done my brows and so on and so forth. But what I want to say is that this little product here, you can easily forget or not bother with it, but I promise you that it's one of those products that if you just put a touch of it up here and up here, down the centre of your nose, it makes all the difference. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. I shall be back at the Ritz tomorrow, and I shall look forward to seeing you. And as I said, I do hope you enjoyed that. Bye-bye.